Hey y'all, happy Monday. Welcome to our virtual math class today. I am so excited that you are here joining us today. We got a few different things going on today. First off, I hope you had a wonderful, relaxing, restful weekend. Um, you already know I went to the dog park with Bailey and Walter. There were so many dogs there and they acted foolish, but we went. Highlight of my weekend, as always, went to the dog park. They threw some balls. They chased the balls. Sometimes Bailey brought the balls back. Walter never, ever brings the balls back. But that was a highlight of my weekend right there. I want to say welcome. Happy Monday. Just a reminder, if you're watching this as a recorded lesson, because since you weren't able to attend our live Teams class today, Monday, drop in anytime between 9 and 12 or 12:45 and 3:30. Miss Hayden and I will be online together. I know Mr. Barton's also online during those times as well. Ask any questions you have. We are happy to help you with assignments, lessons, anything you're not understanding, or if you need help with anything, just let us know and we're happy to help. All right, before we begin today, I want to pop into our Schoology page. So this is our Schoology page. As you know, it's right here. It looks the same as it does all the time. Now, since it is a new week, last week is in its own folder from the week of January 19th to 22nd. But what we're focusing on first today is Tuesday, January 19th. That was last Tuesday. Now, I know last week we were map testing, so I didn't really get a chance to see y'all on Wednesday or Friday. So that's why we're going all the way back to last Tuesday. We had two things to do. We had a recorded lesson to watch. It was me teaching us all about some stuff with decimals, and then we had an exit ticket that went along with it. If for some reason you didn't do it, I know I did have a couple people reach out to me about it not working. Remember, we highlighted it in yellow and red text right here. If something is not working, let me know. I don't know that something is not working for you unless you let me know. If you did not watch the recorded lesson or do the exit ticket, please do that first. That is most important. Do not do anything else until you have watched this video and done the exit ticket. The easiest way, if you're like, I think I did, but I'm not sure, is to go into your grades. And here we are, as you can see. Well, that's fun. Let me go back in here. Let me go where we need to go. Get this all set up. We're going to view this course as my good friend, Miss Peak, so I can show you exactly what it looks like. We're going to view this course as Miss Peak. She has kindly allowed me to make some fake grades for her. Don't worry, I will never show you another student's grades, just like I will never show your grades to someone else. So I have made a fake grade for Miss Peak. But we're going to go look at Miss Peak's assignments. We're going to go look over here on the Grades tab in Schoology. The easiest way to tell, hey, did I do this, did I not do this, is to check under the January 19th exit ticket. You can see that it is a 0. It is missing. Miss Peak did not do this. She did do her IXL. She did do the quiz from our first week back, but she did not do this. It is a 0. So click on that. It'll pop right up. It has a link to our Tuesday the 19th folder. There is nothing to submit on that link, on that assignment, but it does get you to the January 19th folder, just like we were at before. Watch that video and do the exit ticket. You cannot do the exit ticket. Cannot do the exit ticket until you have watched that video. Make sure you're taking those notes from the video. Make sure you have paid close attention to the video. You've listened to what we've said. You've written down the notes, and you've gotten the problem for our exit ticket from the video. Once you solve that exit ticket, or solve the problems for the exit ticket, then you are good to go. But you must do that first. Awesome. If you have already done that, I'm so proud of you. Thank you for getting it done. If you think you did it, I believe I updated grades for the last time on that on Thursday. If you think you've done it since then, let me know. I can double check for you. I will, of course, update them again today and on Tuesday. Awesome. Now that we've gotten our assignments from last Tuesday out of the way, if you did not do that, go do that now. And then come back and join us. Y'all, happy Monday. I am so excited, as y'all know, always to be here with you guys. We're going to look at rounding. And we round numbers. I'm going to pop back over here just to talk, y'all all at once. We round numbers when exact numbers don't matter. So instead of looking at 364, if we don't care that there are exactly 364 cookies, we know there are about 400 cookies. That is good enough. We know that that's a lot of cookies, and it is more than enough to feed 100 people. Or if we're trying to count the number of marbles in a vase, we don't need to know that there are 5,231 marbles. We need to know that there are about 5,000. We round to the nearest place value. That's why I've been talking about place value so far. We round to a place value. It can be the ones place if we're looking at decimals. It can be the tens place. It can be the hundreds place, the thousands place, the millions place, the 10 millions place. Wherever we are, we can round to that place value. And we round so that we are able to do the math in our head. We know that simple numbers are easier to work with. I can know that 6 million times 2 is going to be 12 million. A lot easier than I could know that 6,142,732 times 2 is whatever that is. But we'll talk about why we do that some more at the end. But hopefully you've seen some rounding last year. I know COVID happened, so we're missing a little bit of rounding. So we're going to jump into the basics today. Awesome. I do want to say happy Monday. And I want to give y'all about 5 minutes to work on this problem. So Christian, Karen, Alberto, and Mario ran in a 5-kilometer race. Kudos to them. I don't run. So they ran. Not only did they run in that race on Saturday, they were the top 4 finishers. Here are their race times. Christian finished in 25.9 minutes. Karen finished in 32.2 minutes. Alberto finished in 32.28 minutes. And Mario finished in 25.85 minutes. Now my question for you is, who won first place? Who won second place? Who won third place? And who won fourth place? All right, pause us here, work on this problem, and then I'll put my answer up on the board so you can check yours against mine. Awesome. I'll see you in just a moment. All right, so I have compared each and every one of these times. Now, I know the fastest person is going to have the smallest number, and that would be 25.85. 25.85 minutes was Mario's time, so he was the fastest. Our next fastest time was 25.9 minutes, and that was Christian. You can tell that he was a little bit slower because if you look at our tens place there, Mario's 8 is smaller than the 9, which means he was a little bit faster. Remember, we line up our decimal places, and then we compare our place values going from left to right. Once we find something that is different, that is the spot to compare it. Our next fastest time is 32.2 minutes, and that is Karen, because 32 is definitely slower than 25 minutes, so we only had to go to the tens place. And then our slowest runner came in at 32.28 minutes, 0.08 of a second behind Karen. So close. And that was Alberto. Y'all, I'm sorry, Alberto, I forgot the L in your name. Hopefully it'll pop up there. So those were our top runners in that race. Congratulations to Mario, Christian, Karen, and Alberto. Y'all all probably ran faster than me. Check your work against mine. If you have questions, let me know. We can explain some things. But this was reviewing what we did last week where we were comparing numbers with place value. Awesome. All right, I'm going to scroll down here. And if we are going to round, so you may have seen rounding last year. We're going to start with a basic task. We are going to round the number 155, and we're going to round that number to the tens place, because we are looking at the tens place. Way to go, Mr. Spencer. So copy down this chart. We have our place value chart starting with our hundreds place, then our tens place, then our ones place, then our tenths place. Now we know between the ones place and the tenths place, we have our decimal. So make sure you put that decimal place. I've got it in red up there. But make sure you got that decimal place between the ones and the tenths. And then fill in, I know that 155 has 100s, 5 tens, and 5 ones. That first one just breaks it apart. But I know if we were to combine our hundreds and our tens, if I were to ask myself, how many tens are there in 155? I can go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Oh no, I've run out of fingers. 110, 120, 130, 140, 150. Okay, that 5 plus the 10 fingers I had before, there were 15 tens and 5 ones. Or I know that 155 is made up of 155 ones. Now we're going to ask ourselves, which line on this chart helps us figure out how to round to the tens place? That's a great question. So I know that the one that shows 15 tens and 5 ones helps me round to the nearest tens place because we're trying to figure out how many total tens there are. Now we see here, hey, there are 15 tens. We also see that there are 5 ones. Now we know that 5 is halfway between 0 and 10. Now when we're rounding on a number, we're going to make a number line just so we can reflect back on this. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so there's our number line that's going to start appearing behind me. We know that numbers that go from 0 to 4 stay the same. So if we had 15 tens and 4 ones, we would round to 15 tens. Anything that is 5 or greater rounds up. So we're going to say that 15 tens and 5 ones is closer to 16 than it is to 15. So because it's 15.5 or 15 tens and 5 ones, we're going to round up to 16 tens. Now let's draw this with, we're going to turn our number line, we're going to turn it sideways. And up at the top, we have 16 tens. On the bottom, we have 15 tens. We'll let that appear behind me. All we have done is taken our horizontal number line and spun it that way. So instead of going from 0 to 10, or 15 tens to 16 tens, we turn it sideways. We go low numbers on the bottom to high numbers at the top. Now, chances are you've probably already seen something that looks like this. You have probably seen this, a thermometer, right? And you, without even knowing it, you have seen a vertical number line. As the temperature in a room or outside gets hotter, the number goes up. The red line goes up. But as it gets colder, just like it was last night, oh my goodness, I was cold. The red line drops and the number gets smaller. So, gets hotter, number goes up. Gets colder, number goes down. Yo, I'm stuck. It was a long way down. Oh, I'll be back in a moment, I promise. Whew! I clearly need to practice stretching some more. All right, so we have seen a vertical number line without even knowing it. Let's go back to our vertical number line. Okay, so as we plot this on a vertical number line, our 15 tens and 5 ones is right in the middle. We've got 15 tens at the bottom, that'd be 150, right? Then we have 16 tens or 160 at the top of our vertical number line. And then right in the middle is 15 tens and 5 ones. Now we know, hey, when we're right in the middle, when we're at that 5, we're going to go up. So we're going to round up to 16 tens. Awesome. So we can also do this to the hundreds place. We could round to the hundreds, and we would say, hey, this 5 right here, is that closer to 2 or to 1? Are we going to round it to 100 or 200? When we are rounding, we are always looking at the place value just to the right of the place value we are rounding to. So if we're rounding to the tens place, we're going to look at the number in the ones place. If we're rounding to the hundreds place, we're going to look to the number in the tens place. If we're rounding to the ones place, we're going to look at the tenths place. Awesome. Now we're going to expand some more on this on Wednesday. But just so we're all on the same page, I want us to write down 3 things. So put this in your math notebook, your math journal, or wherever you are keeping your math notes that you will not lose. You'll have with you every math class, every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So when we round, we try to find the nearest number to a certain place value. The tens, the ones, the hundreds place, wherever we're looking, we're going to look to that place value. And we round when exact numbers are not important. And I'll talk about when some exact numbers aren't important, so that we can work problems in our head. It's a lot easier to work with a single digit or 2 digits than it is 6 or 7 or 8 digits. And then when the number we're looking at is 0 to 4, the number stays the same. When the place value to the right of the place we're looking at is 5 to 9, the number goes up. So just like we saw 15 tens and 5 ones, that 5 makes our tens place go up 1. Awesome. Pause this here so you've got this written down in your math notebook, your math journal, or wherever you keep your math notes. And we're going to look at one real world example of this. All right, so we had our thermometer, but we're going to go to my favorite source, Wikipedia. Now, I will say, hey, Wikipedia is not a place to cite your source, but it is a good place to start. In fact, I can go right here and go to the link I need to go to that talks about quick facts of Tennessee. Now we're at census.gov. The .gov on a URL means it is coming from the government, which means it is generally a very trustworthy source. And we are looking at quick facts about Tennessee. So let's take a look at the population of Tennessee. Now we see here it says estimates. That means it's a guess because it's really hard to count every person. But they have said, okay, there are 6,829,174 people in the state of Tennessee as of July 1st, 2019. Wow. Well, that was a while ago. That was a year and a half ago. Now, I want you to think. Do you know anyone that was born in the last year and a half? I mean, I do. Our school counselor, Miss Hauser, was out for the first part of the year because she had a baby boy August born. And I know other people who were born. Do you know anybody who was born since July 1st, 2019? Do you know anybody under a year and a half old in the state of Tennessee? I should say that. Because that would cause this number right here to go up. That number is not accurate anymore. But on the flip side, so on one side we have people who are being born, causing that number to go up. If somebody were to die, that number would go down. And people are always being born and dying, and we celebrate, and we're very sad. But that changes the number of people that are currently living in the state of Tennessee. So when we're talking about data for the state of Tennessee, we don't need to know that there were 6,829,174 people. We can estimate that to be close to 7 million people. And now that I know that there are 7 million people, it's a lot easier for me to compare it to say, hey, the state of Massachusetts that has about 6 million people. Or I can say, okay, if I wanted to give $3,000 to everyone in the state of Tennessee, how much would that cost? Well, I could multiply $7 million people times $3,000. I know 7 times 3 is 21. Put all those zeros on the end. A lot easier than I can multiply 6,829,174 times 3 million, because that would be a lot of multiplication. Awesome. So there is a real world example of what we are doing, why we round, a great example of when we round. Y'all, make sure you got your notes. Make sure you do those practice problems with us. Make sure you have done the Tuesday assignment from last week. Tomorrow, going forward, we're going to have another recorded video. I think y'all like those a lot more than reading. There'll be some practice problems. I'll be illustrating some things. I can't wait to see you there. I love y'all. If you need anything tomorrow, Miss Hayden, Mr. Barton, and myself will be online all day. Come see us if you have any questions. We're happy to help you. We'd love to see you. I love y'all. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you soon. Bye, y'all.